my YouTube friends. So I thought that I wanted to do a quick video, just an update about what's going on, and I've got something really exciting to share, but I can't like sit still to do a video because I'm trying to pack. We have a race this weekend and have a lot of stuff to get done for that. So I thought while I'm packing the riding gear, I would give you a quick update and we'd talk a little bit. So this week has been, it's been a different kind of week because I've kind of struggled a little bit. I have something going on with my heel. I mean, that's not at all lupus related. I don't know what it is. But I have really ridden the struggle bus with that. And then last night I told Kenneth it wasn't a flare, but it wasn't not a flare. And he kind of laughed. I was like, you understand what I mean, right? And he was like, absolutely not. But it wasn't like a full-on flare, like everything didn't hurt, but I just had a lot of pains and a lot of uncertainties about how I felt about my body. So I am still like following my diet pretty strictly. I still, I mean, this week has been a little bit different because I did drive to Gatlinburg, and I went and spent a day and a half with my brother. They were on vacation there, so I went there. But even that, like I pretty much followed my diet. I don't think I ate anything that I wasn't supposed to while I was there. I probably had more fruit than I normally do, like cantaloupe, sweet fruit, that kind of thing. But other than that, I think I pretty much followed it. But anytime like I'm riding for a long period of time, I do get like stiffness and I start like getting all achy and stuff. So I kind of struggled with that whenever that I got back. And then so I went to the gym Tuesday. I didn't go Monday because Saturday I didn't go to the gym. I did some stuff here at the house. I did some strength training, rode the assault bike, but I didn't go to the actual class on Monday because we rode almost, 350 miles or something on the dual sports on Saturday, and my body struggled. I mean, it was hating me. So I had to just take a minute and listen to my body, which you have to do sometimes. It's hard, but you got to do it. And I just had to be okay with that. And I'm getting better at being okay with that, but I'm still not happy about that. But anyway, so my brother invited me to go down there. So then I rode that, which that's not very far. It's only like 2.5 hours. But like I rode there 2.5 hours, and then we rode from where he was staying to Gatlinburg, which was, in the van too. Just a lot of riding. And then like I drove back home, and it was just a lot of sitting in the car, and I got kind of stiff and pain from that. But anyway, so I went to the gym. Let's see. Yesterday, my foot was hurting terribly. Like the worst that it's hurt. And like I said, I had some, not a flare, but not a flare. And my knees were hurting, my hips were hurting, and it was mostly all on the same side that my heel's hurting. And so there was a lot of, it was like running and wall balls was what the workout was. And I was like, I'll just do some stuff here. So I did a lot of stretching and did just some different things with the assault bike so that I didn't put so much strain on my heel and make it worse. And then there was today, which was like, oh my goodness gracious. It was a partner WOD, and it had a little bit of everything in it. And I scaled, and I was fine with scaling. Every movement that was in that workout today that I scaled, I could have done not scaled. I am capable of it. But I realized my shortcomings, and I realized where I was today. And today I needed to scale, and I needed to scale quite a bit. So the things that I could do RX, I did RX. The things that I couldn't, I scaled them. And I scaled, quit. Sorry, she's scratching on my couch. So I scaled quite a bit. Like I can do toes to bar, but I did knee raises because my body didn't want me to do, my body didn't want me to do toes to bar. And the barbell weight, we had hang, power cleans, no, hang, squat cleans, and a bear complex with the barbell. And the prescribed weight was 75, which I probably should have just done that. And I did 65. No reason I couldn't have done that, but I just knew I needed to like listen to my body because it was a long workout. Like it took us 42 minutes and something. It started with 100 burpees, and then we did 100 pull-ups, which I used the band. I still can't do pull-ups. They put too much strain on my shoulders and my hands, and I just physically can't do them yet. So I'm getting there. I'm getting closer. But I knew my wrist and my shoulders wouldn't take it, so I didn't try to kip or anything. I just did my bands. And so we did that, and then we had, I don't really remember the order of it. There was a lot. But I know we had double unders, which I can do double unders, but because of my foot, I did single unders today. So it was 50 single unders, or 50 double unders, and 100 singles. So I did the singles because I knew my body. We had kettlebell swings, which the prescribed weight was 44 pounds. And so guess what? I can do that. I did the 44 pounds of that. And then we had dumbbell snatches at 35 pounds. And I did that because I can do the RX weight of that. But like I said, then the toes to bar, I was like, I better not try that. And so I did that. Overhead squats. My strength is there for overhead squats, but my mobility is not. And even doing the PVC pipe, my shoulders were just shaking. And so I'm working on that. And that's what my special thing that I wanted to say was. So anyway, it was just a lot. And we made it through. There was like sprints at the end, 10 100-meter sprints, which, you know, anybody who knows me knows running is not my thing. So that was hard to end it up with, but at least it was at the end and not in the middle. So, oh, and we have bear complexes. So we had, did I say that already? I can't remember. So we had the bear complexes with the barbell too. But what I wanted to talk about is like, so because of not my lupus, because of the disease that I am stricken with, which is called lupus, I'm not claiming it as mine. I have a lot of mobility issues. And I was a cheerleader for, I don't know, 16 years, 17 years, even in college. So it's weird to me not to be able to like do a straddle stretch and be able to touch the floor in the middle. It's just odd that I can't do that. So mobility, definitely my joints do not like me. And so there's a lot of issues, especially what I've discovered, especially if there's anything overhead where that I am stretched overhead and then I have to use my posterior chain to do things. Yeah, that's not good. So when I took my certification for CrossFit, one of my excellent trainers there, he made a statement and it has stuck with me. And I say it all the time. And when I used to coach, I used to say this to the people that I was training, is that a flexible athlete is a strong athlete. And he was very big into flexibility. And really that was part of like what I took away from that training with him was like I needed to work on my mobility more. And so for about a year, I used ROMWOD, and I liked ROMWOD, and I did a lot with it, but it almost got to the point where I felt like a lot of the stretches were the same, and I could do those stretches, and I got a lot out of it, but I feel like, okay, I got what I can get out of it, and then I could do that on my own and not really need the actual app or the stretches. So I discontinued that and canceled my membership to that. And so now I'm at a point, excitingly so, that I'm at a point where my strength is actually exceeding my mobility. So then I know that I needed to fix that and I needed to do something to deal with that. So I found a different strength training app or flexibility mobility app that's called GoWOD. So GOWOD. And what's cool about this one that I like even better than the ROMWOD is that actually what happens is you do a test. So when you start, and I just started it, so I can't like give you a full rundown of it, but you do a test. So it tests like all of your mobility, and you do whatever it says on the video, and then you give yourself a score, like were you able to touch your fingers, were you able to touch your toes, and I mean to different things, like it's testing different amounts of your strength and mobility. And if you're able to do that, then you move on, or if you're not, it gives you like 20%, 10%, all the way, and then it gives you a score. So my score wasn't terrible, it was like 62% or something. However, there was a huge disconnect between what I could do in some areas and what I could do overhead. So what happens is once you get that test done, it actually gives you daily stretches. It'll give you pre-WOD stretches, post-WOD stretches, and what's cool with that, with the pre and the post-WOD, it actually, you program in what you're going to do in that workout, and it gives you stretches that relate to that. So I feel like that with this particular app so far, what I like about it is it seems more individualized. Like I feel like that it's going to get me where that I need to be because of the fact that it's very individual. And so I will keep you updated on that, but it gives you daily stretches, and the daily stretches you actually, on all of them, you program in the amount of time you have. So like 8 minutes, 12 minutes, I think it's like 22 minutes or whatever. So how much ever time that you have to stretch, you actually get to program that in and tell it that that's how much time you have, and then it puts a mobility WOD out there for you to do for that amount. And then your daily stretches actually works on what your hindrance is. So like mine is overhead and mobility overhead. So it's going to work on that. So the goal is that hopefully if it works on that enough, I'm going to be able to do like overhead squats with weights and do a lot of those things that I can't do right now. So I'm super excited about that. As far as my diet, I'm still staying on what I'm supposed to be on. I have a doctor's appointment. It was supposed to be this Wednesday with my alternative doctor. So it's supposed to be this Wednesday, but because of going to see my brother and stuff, I postponed it to next Wednesday. And so I'll update you after that about how that is. We have a race this weekend. Hopefully I fare better than I did at the last race, because that was some difficult stuff. I was struggling with that. But if it is, it is, and I'll struggle through this one too. So with my doctor thing, what I was going to say is, so I've been staying pretty strict to my diet. I mean, I have like, every once in a while, you know, I might eat something that's off my diet. But what's weird is, like, so when I started all of this and I was really struggling, I had gotten up to about 170 pounds, which is pretty heavy for me. I mean, I'm a big girl. I'm not ever going to be little, but that was kind of heavy for me. And a lot of that was inflammation. I mean, it wasn't so much that I was gaining that much weight. It was just like a lot of inflammation from the joint inflammation and stuff, and that causes inflammation everywhere in my body. Well, so now, crazy thing is, I dropped down when I first started this, and I started working out pretty heavily. I dropped down to like about 155, 156, 157-ish, right around there. And I was there like for about a 2-week period, and I was happy with that. That's about where I would like to be and stay. Well, then I haven't changed anything. I've still been doing the same thing, but I am working out a lot more. And I know that I know the whole thing about muscle weighs more than fat. I get that. But I just don't know what it is. But now, like, my weight is back up to like 161, 162, which, I mean, I'm not unhappy with what I look like, but I know that if I can keep my weight about 155, then when I do body weight type things, that's 6 or 7 less pounds that I have to lift on the pull-up bar and lift on the toes to bar. So I would like to get down closer to like 155. And so I'm hoping when I go to my doctor, he's going to give me some tips, not to try to lose weight, but just to try to maintain that at a lower weight. And it could be dehydration. It is summertime and I'm sweating more. And so maybe I'm not drinking enough. I mean, I am drinking my gallon a day, or try to. I push for that. But you just never know, like, what's going on with your body. So I'm anxious to go see him for that. But yeah, other than that, that's about it. We've been hitting the gym pretty much every day. I go in the mornings since it's so hot, and then I try to do some more stuff down here. We're still working on our outside gym to get that finished, so I'll update you on that whenever that we get that finished. So I love you. I hope you stay safe and have a blessed day.